Hello. Like I said in my previous video, the time limit, I don't know why when it is about 4 minutes or so, they will just off the video automatically, whether it is Samsung or Google or MTN. I don't know who are actually tampering with my phone or some other hackers. It's very wrong. Please don't mind this my shift, I'm actually protesting. It's part of my protest, and of course I know I'm not really ugly, but I really handsome, but I know I really need to shave actually, but it's just part of my protest, as based on what Nigerians are trying to foist on me, Rollery Bodley and all those stuff, and denying me what I needed to be okay to implement my great plans and ideas and all that. It is very terrible, very terrible. So like I said in the other video, I have about 35 actually, not one, or more than even 24 that is illustrated in the video, actually is more than this. So I paperized the remainder for security reason. Actually, I don't want people to tamper with my stuff and use them and implement them and claim that the evolution of the ideas, where we run parallelly in a parallel way, or someone will come up that yes, actually it was kind of a coincidence that he also discovered what I wanted to do. So I want to avoid that, and the credit of course should be given to the person that come up with something in order to encourage others to do more. So like I said, I was explaining about the BULOI, this BULOI movement, or Boyo Universal Legend of Ingenuity movement organization, this very one. Okay, so you can see these are the contents of the folder. Okay, a movement, aims and objective, condiments, membership requirements, patrons, principle and laws, and theory. Okay, these are just, so let me just do it so that it will be these are just the beginning. Okay, we will still do more, we'll add more. There is so much to do. The plan is a great one. It will change the world forever, for good. It will eliminate many problems bedeviling mankind globally and societally, and not only that, the impact will be timeless. The impact will make the world a better place, safe, secure, and of course prosperous. That is what this plan is all about. BULOI movement, it's not a kind of an entity, formed in order to dominate others or dominate the world, or domineering kind of ambitious organization. No, we really want to change the world, uplift humans out of poverty, out of disgrace, out of abuse, out of all manner of human suffrage. These are very common and rampant globally. That is what BULOI movement is all about. So based on those stuff, we come up with what needed be done. It's not just about quantity, or quality even, but there are special characteristics that members will be inculcated into, that will be inculcated into members' brain and thinking and mental capability, mental capacity, something legendary, extraordinary, in order for them to come up with ideas that will change the world, ideas that will solve global problems in their own domain, So that is what we really want to do, because it's not just about the organization. It is about, and it's not about individualization either anyway, but it is about creating a world for everybody globally, in every nation. It's a global movement. That is what we really want to do. It's not just about the global. We create individuals so that they will create their own BULOI. That is even the essence, but they also will be part of the organization nevertheless, and running their organization, their own BULOI under this main BULOI. Okay, that is what we do. So let me quickly go to the condiments of BULOI. These are our condiments. Okay, so far so good. As you can see, these are the condiments of BULOI. Okay, there are many more coming, So these condiments, every member of the organization must fulfill them. There are status that will be accorded, legendary status. You can't just be a legend just like that by being by membership, paying membership fee, or just or any amount at all. No, but you must do certain stuff, activity that will better the world. You must make contribution in either one or all of these areas, of these condiments. that is what will guarantee a place in the status and of course stratification of global legend. To be a part legend, you must join. Once you join and you're maybe academic, for instance, academic, let's say academic now, this is academic, for instance, you want to start, and you are a part legend, and then when you eventually become a don or a guru in all aspects of the academy based on our laws and principles, and of course the requirements and aims and objective, you will become a condiment legend. Okay, but if you're able to do all of the condiments, then of course you become a universal legend of ingenuity. That is all. Then of course, if after assessing what you've done, and of course we are sure that you've contributed something and you've done what needed to be done based on our laws and principles, then of course you become a member of this organization. That is when you become a member of this organization, League of Real Legend, League of Real Legend, as you can see it. It is not just, when I say it's not meant for anybody, I'm saying is everybody can join, yes, but you have to, because of course we inculcate what you need to become part of the BULOI movement organization. We train you, you equip you, whatever resources, mentally, physically, financially, to make sure you have what it takes, so that there will be many, in fact every nation will be penetrated, so it will equip you so that you eventually become a member of League of Real Legend. That will depend on your contribution, achievement, impact globally, in BULOI movement organization. So League of Real Legend is not meant for anybody. Even BULOI is meant to set standard, impact the world, all aspects of mankind's endeavor. That is what these two organizations or entities are meant to do. For example, let me just mention one or two things we want to do. For example, as I've conceived, that I really want to, because I'm also going to do those things, although there are exemptions as far as I'm concerned, being the founder of these two organizations, because forming the two organizations itself is a legendary act. Thinking about them is a legendary act, from the broad aspect of thinking down to the specification, down to the specific, is a legendary act, because we really want to go down to the specific. It's not just about the broad aspect, also to solve the nitty-gritty of global problems. That is what we really, really want to do. So for example, we want to make resource abundant, limitless. That is what infinite, in terms of abundance, in terms of creation, in terms of existence, and in terms of application. That is what we want to make resources about. Renewable and both renewable and non-renewable resources worldwide. It's not just going somewhere and getting. In fact, actually, mining space stuff like asteroid and planets is part of the plan anyway. But I'm not talking about that as it is. It's an ingenious kind of thinking principle that will be used to manipulate resources, certain aspects of resources, to make them abundant, limitless, infinite, globally. So imagine what would be the impact. Remember Malthus' theory. Remember Hawkins, who died not so long ago, about his postulate, what may become of the world due to resources scarcity as the population of the world increase. So we are determined to solve this problem. And secondly, we are determined to actually eliminate poverty completely from the world globally. Not just eradicate or minimize, but eliminate completely, using a principle I call replicative global poverty elimination by replicative method. Absolutely, or absolute replicative global poverty elimination by replicative principle is a special principle that we intend to use to eliminate poverty. Then third, what we want to do again is that we want to solve global problem. By a principle I call greater than 90% a decade. That means in less than a decade, we'll be able to solve more than 95% of global problem and societal problem and make it a norm. You can imagine what the impact will be. It will not be a norm, so that it will reverberate across other eras, that will define humanity existence in the world. You can imagine climate change solved, recession solved, so many societal problems, criminality and so many things solved in less than a decade. because it's a great movement that will change the world for good. It's not just about dominating government, dominating businesses, dominating academia or something. No, but making mankind lives better, meaningful, changing things, changing the world for good. That is what this two movement is all about, and everybody can join, because we want to change status quo, inequality, financial inequality, stratification and all that. Everybody will be carried along. Everybody can join, but you must do those things based on our principle, laws, and of course aims and objective, and become a path legend. From path legend you become a universal legend of ingenuity, condiment legend. From condiment legend you become a universal legend of ingenuity. From universal legend of ingenuity you will now eventually become a global real legend. That is what will enable you to be part of that other organization, a highly prestigious organization. It's not the standard must be high. You have no choice but solve it, because we will do all we can to manipulate the natural and of course the physique, mentally and otherwise to enable members, fulfill the aims and objectives of this organization, so that they will extraordinarily perform the legendary acts that are explicated or written or emblazoned in our laws and principles. It's very, very important. That is what we really want to do. It will be a great stop. It will echo around the world globally, and of course, as I said earlier, I am exempted, to fulfill, as I'm the only person being the founder that is exempted, to kind of assign the status to himself, but nevertheless I will still fulfill the aims and objectives. I will still carry them out nevertheless, and being the life president of League of Real Legend, globally, being the life president, of course I'm exempted without even doing those things to be accorded that status, or universal legend of ingenuity, Boyo Universal Legend of Ingenuity, because even the formation of the stuff is a legendary act. We are talking about rare ideas, thinking, that are involved in ingenuity, legendariness, rare, that will come up with things that will solve global problems. Will carry everybody along, academia, entertainment, government, judiciary, all arms of government, business community, will carry everybody along. That is what we intend to do. We are moving and want to change the world. So Nigeria as a country, I don't know, we have these things, and I want to maximize my ideas and talent, because I'm highly talented and have extraordinary abilities, and I really, really want to use it to good use, put it to good use, get others along, better the life of people, so that not just only me, anybody that will part of the movement eventually will stamp his or her foot in annals of history forever, as more and more aeon of mankind, or that define mankind's activity, evolve. So that is what we really want to do. Thank you for listening. It's a great movement. Very soon we'll roll out so many things like our sites and blog and other items that we need that will facilitate registration. Then of course offices, and and then of course we'll start the roadmap. Of course will be created. The blueprint for activities or policies will be created. We'll come up with it, and I will draft it, personally, and of course then of course submitted to those other people that will be part of the major runners of the organization, particularly the patrons and grand patrons and every other person that will be part of the organization. So it's a great movement. Nigerians should stop manipulating things to destroy my life, my repute. It's not by force to be a leader, even though right from those days I said I don't want to be, I objected because of their character. Shouldn't mean because of mawkishness that emanate from marital, racial, tribal sentiment. For example, you want me to marry somebody I say I don't want, or something, it becomes a problem, and you want to tarnish my image, destroy me and label me, and then you want to claim that it's not true, it's because I have those things, whether orally or bodily, and then you want to instigate others and deny me as a reason to stifle my activities. It's wrong. It's wrong. That's why I'm determined to go to the court. And then they will use other reason, like if you watch my other previous video that is I have mental problem, is a lie. I am okay. I won't take these things, and come to think of it, they are doing this thing indirectly. You don't judge somebody in a competent court of law without due diligence well crafted, implemented court processes that is excellently and of course